everybody on YouTube? It's your boy, the Memphis XL, right back at you with the 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days, we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today, everybody, we have an interesting one. We're taking a look at a fan request for a Thousand Needles deck. This is a deck loosely surrounding the old school monster, Thousand Needles, which is a level 4 beast with 1,000 attack, 1,800 defense, which defeats any monster that battles into it. If that monster happens to have less attack, the Needles has defense. So we got ourselves an interesting one. This is, originally I was just going to make it all around 1,000 Needles. But I decided to go for more of a level 4 beast beatdown sort of thing with some funky tech cards here and there. It's an interesting deck. It's very casual. I don't know how effective it'll be in the Wild West of EDO Pro, but we are going to put our best foot forward and give it a shot. So a big old shout out to Mr. Harry Yule, who asked me to take a look at today's deck. And so without further ado, we'll go into the deck list and get the duels started. So for our main deck, we are running one copy of Alpha the Master of the Beasts, one 3,000 Needles, two copies of Danger Bigfoot, one Thundercraft Skywolf, one 2,000 Needles, three Desmian Devils, three Fencing Fire Ferret, two copies of Super Nimble Mega Hamster, 3,000 Needles, 3 Nimble Mamunga. We have 3 Ayers Rock Sunrise, which is Monster Reborn for this deck. We have a Foolish Abadiel. We have double Forbidden Droplet, double Twin Twister, 1 Monarch Stormforth, 3 copies of Closed Forest, 2 copies of Super Rush Recklessly, 3 copies of Back to the Front, and 3 Summon Limit. As for the extra deck, we have Masquerena, Proxy Dragon, Nightmare Phoenix, Tapological Bammer Dragon, 1 Ronin Raccoon Sundial, 1 Sky Cavalry Centauria, 1 Exciton Knight, 1 Diamond Direwolf, 2 Baguska, 1 Utopia, oh no, that's Tornado Dragon. There's the Utopia package of Utopia, Prime, and Lightning, and 1 Double A Zeus. As for the side deck, a lot of different things you can do with this deck to potentially change up your gameplay, potentially just make the deck work in different ways. You have things like Yellow Baboon, Archer of the Forest, can be special summoned from the hand by banishing the beast in the grave if you just want a big beat stick. There's also the Green Baboon that works equally as well. You have things like King Tiger Wang Hu. If you go for more of a traditional 1,000 Needle deck to hamper your opponent, using things like Burden of the Mighty, etc., then King Tiger Wang Hu can be rather useful, stalling your opponent, destroying things with 1,400 or less attack. Rescue Cat can be used to make some synchro plays with things like Valeriphon, Mind Mole, into Manchuria Beast, just to have a bit of a stun to your opponent's spell cards. Hotbeard Squadron lets you use your monsters as synchro material during your opponent's turn. You have Uniflora, the Mystic Beast of the Forest, which works in a pure beast deck, but since we're using non-beasts here, it does have its tricky bits to it. As well, if you don't really want to play Summon Limit, I recommend you do in this deck, but if you don't want to, Solemn Judgment is good for stunning your opponent and stopping their big summons, and it works well with Ferret Flames, because you're paying all your life with this, and Ferret Flames can bounce your opponent's monsters back to the deck if they have attack higher than your life points. So that's something too. As well, if you are playing the more, Burden of the Mighty-esque sort of 1,000 Needle deck, things like D2 Shield to double your defense, Wall of Disruption to weaken your opponent's monsters will work too. As well, there's also Forbidden Lance if you don't want to play Droplet. Because this can just straight up make your opponent's monsters weaker, make them immune to spell traps, make your monsters immune to spell traps. It's all up to you. So let's go ahead now. Deck list is over. Let's go into the duel zone, going into EDO Pro, showing this deck off, showing you how it works. And we will have ourselves a grand old time. Alrighty, first opponent, another day, another card game. Don't win the rock, paper, scissors, which is unfortunate because you kind of want to go first with this deck. It's very much a go first to go second sort of deal. I've also drawn into 2 Nimble Mamungas, which ain't necessarily great, but it is what it is. You typically only want to have 1 Nimble Mamunga, or none. Depends on how, you usually summon this thing out with your hamster. And we'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and summon our Desmian Devil. This is our searcher. If I beat a monster in battle, I can search a low-level beastie boy. So we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a thing. Normally, when I'm asked to take a look at a deck or a monster, I usually have a decent idea of what to do with that card. because there's like a strategy around it. And when I was asked to do Thousand Needles, I honestly blanked a bit. Because it's like, there's not much Thousand Needles doesn't do much, and his upgraded forms don't make a whole lot of sense. Because they all have the same effect of, if it's attacked in defense mode, has less attack, or the opponent's monster has less attack, it gets destroyed. Which is weird, because 3,000 Needles has 3,000 attack, 2,000, 2,000. It would make more sense if their, defense got bigger, but it don't. Alright, so as it stands, my opponent, he's got the Bezel Ship, he's got Time Thief Redoer. A tricky wicket, to be sure. A tricky wicket. We'll see. Sadly, there is yet to be an Earth... Oh, wait a minute. Alright, so he's going to go ahead and just immediately banish the Redoer. I don't know. I guess he just wanted Bezel Ship in the grave or something. I'm not sure. Oh, and he stole a trap. Unfortunate that. Alright, let me think about this. How does that work? Okay, that's non-targeted removal, which is not good for me. Let's special summon Alpha, the master of Beastie Boys. We will attempt to bait out the Redoer. That's about all we can do in this situation, but it's something. So we're going to go ahead and use Zoo King Alpha. We'll attempt to bounce Alpha to bounce the Redoer. He can use Redoer's effect. He can bounce my dude, but it is what it is. Alright, but that was all part of the plan, you see. I shall summon forth another one of these devils. See, this is what all the rank 4s are for. So what I'm going to go ahead and do... opponent has, let's see, during your main phase, opponent's phase, more cards in hand and field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3... Nope, not quite. I could do it on my opponent's turn, but I kind of want to hit him really hard. So let's go for Utopia. We'll go for Utopia. You know, when I was researching this deck, when I was looking for ideas, I've only found like 2 people who've made a deck about this, like, Thousand Needles before. And I found one by our old buddy, Mr. The Duel Logs. He made years ago. This deck, it's not the same as his deck, obviously. I took some inspiration, like, with the Mamonga and the Manga Hamster. But, things like Utopia also help, because we do play a lot of level 4s. So we're going to go ahead and use Utopia. We shall detach 2 Beastie Boys so that our future beasts get bigger. And we'll see what goes from there. Sadly, I can't go into Thunder. But we'll see how it goes. We will see indeed. That's ultimately what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to build up in some presence here. I've got my hamster. He can turbo out my nimble Mamungas if he gets flipped. Which is good for, multiple things. Link fodder, tribute fodder. All sorts of things. Now all I need is my gosh darn mother flippin' Thousand Needles, because he's kind of the whole idea of the deck. We played 3 of them, so he better show up. Alright, so we should be good here. So this guy is playing Time Thieves, but doesn't seem to have much. He is playing Card Trader, which is an interesting tech. I guess he just really wants extra draws without playing, like, Pot and things like that. And I really wish I'd thrown in the Gaga Cowboy. That would have been an interesting one, but nope. Alright, let's flip up our Mega Hamster. This will go ahead and summon us our last Nibble Momonga from the deck. Which, again, doesn't do anything when the other 2 are in my hand. But he doesn't know it's in my hand. He doesn't know what I'm doing. You don't know what I'm up to. Alright, let's go ahead into battle phase. As long as I got lightning, he can't really do much about... Ooh, Sphere Karibo. Gotta love a man playing some Karibos. That is what I say. Alrighty. Oh. Alright. Is what it is. You know what? It is what it is. If he wants to run over my Nibble Momongas, that's fine by me. Because if he do, I gain more life points. And my monsters will continue to give... This is the nice thing about Closed Forest. It gives all your beasts more attack, our main deck monsters. all except for Thunderclap are beast monsters, so everyone gets bigger. And it's nice. It's nice when everyone gets bigger. Are we just gonna attack with... Oh, are we just gonna attack with triple Nimble Momonga? I feel like, knowing he has Drowning, I should probably save this one. Just, like, if he spends everybody back into the deck again, you know, might as well give it a shot. We'll reduce it to 100. Not too shabby. I could make Sundial or any number of other things, but I think I'm good. I think I'm alright. So my opponent, he's playing the Time Thieves, but I guess he's just not drawing into, like... He needs his Winder, he needs his Searches, he needs some monsters. He does have the Bezel ship, but he needs to have it Exceed on the board to do that. And I'm really curious as to what all these set cards must... Ooh, 3,000 needles. Should I do it, though? That's the question. You know what? Screw it. I'm doing it. I summon forth 3,000 needles. The boss monster of the 1,000 needles archetype. It's not even an archetype, it's a series. Alright, well, I gave it a shot. You can't deny that I took a shot at it. Alright, well, Nimble Momonga will swing at this guy. If he's got another Drowning, he'll go for it now, but he doesn't. So, we won somehow. This deck somehow won. Like I said, this is not a very competitive deck. This is a very casual-minded deck. But it can win, provided your opponent doesn't run you over. We got the goes. I didn't even get to explain the full benefit of Close Fourth. I'll do that in duel number 2. Let's go for duel number 2. See what else we can do with the deck. We got to get 1,000 needles on the board and do other things. But let's go for duel 2 and to see what craziness happens. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. We'll see. Let's see how it goes. You know, we actually managed the first time. This hand might be a little trickier, but I do have my hamster. We'll end our turn on hamster. That'll search Momonga. So, yeah, like I said earlier, I did some research going into this episode. Normally, like I said, I have a pretty fair idea what to do with most decks. Once I hear about them, it's not too tricky with things. But when I heard 1,000 Needles, I needed some ideas. So I looked up on YouTube, and like 4 years ago, our boy Duelogs made a 1,000 Needles deck. I'll try to remember to leave that linked in the description if you're curious about it. But I figured, you know, I couldn't copy his deck, obviously, but I got some ideas out, like the Closed Forest and the Hamster. You know, I didn't go full force like some of the other stuff he did, but, you know, Hamster and Momonga at least gives me tribute fodder and some defense. Whoa, normal monster or pendulums. I was about to say, like, pendulum links and exceeds all at the same time. Alright, so this guy's playing normal pendulums. So let's go for Hamster into Momonga. That's right, I have a Momonga. You can't kill them all. At least one of these is gonna live. You can't stop it. Alright, so now my Momonga will protect me. Sadly, I'm not gonna get to keep multiple. Because if I could keep multiple, I could have some, like, actual link material and things like that. I mean, if I could top into, like, Zeus, or not Zeus, but Alpha. If I could top into Alpha, I could summon that, potentially get out Bigfoot. That's a potential there, that's a potential there. Let's go ahead and, yeah, activate Twin Twister. I don't trust your scales. Those are the bad things. And we'll go for Bigfoot. Come on, Bigfoot. Yeah, there you go. Get our big beast. I was like, I need some graveyard setup and things. Hey, Bigfoot. He's a big foot. His foot is rather big. And hey, I've got 1,000 Needles. So let's go ahead into battle. I will attack... I'm going to attack one of these because I don't want him to have easy rank 6. That would be a bad thing. So that'll do it. That'll do it nice and simple. And I do have Droplet. This is good for multiple reasons. You know, obviously it's a non-targeted effect negate. But it also halves the attack of my opponent's monsters. Makes them susceptible to my 1,000 Needles. So we'll see how it goes. So he's going to attack into that. Oh yeah, he's a normal monster. I can't even forbidden droplet the darn thing. Ah! 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 The one time that I've got droplet and I've got thousand needles, I'm up against normie monsters. This is just my luck. Alright, but regardless, my flying squirrel monster of doom will give me 1,000 life points. Don't ask how he's giving me life points. I guess he just, like, flies to you and gives you, like, a handful of nuts. Like a handful of nuts. He just flies up to you, grabs his nuts, and gives them to you. That's what Neville Mamunga does. I'm sticking with it. Alright, so we got back to the front. Good thing for fencing fire ferret. Because I can revive fencing fire ferret. If fire ferret gets destroyed by whatever, I can pop an opponent's monster and deal damage. Really works well with the super rush recklessly, because then I can, spin a card and pop a card. It's nice removal. It's pretty much only removal other than the Thunderclap, which is just like a tech card. So it's a tech card. I like Thunderclap. We're playing a wolf deck in a couple days. So, if you're wondering why Thunderclap's here, that's why he's here. He's funny. Alright, so he's gonna switch the cannon to the defense mode. Why not? Let's just get back Fencing Fire Ferret. I can't say his name. Fencing. Fencing Fire Ferret, not Fancing. What does Fancing even mean? That's not even a word. Or is it a word? It might be a word. It could be, but I'm gonna say no. So let's go for Battle Phase. Alright, Fencing Fire Ferret. I said your name right. I said his name. I said his name. I should have let him attack directly, but I need to do more damage here. I need to do just a little bit more damage. Alright. I don't know how. I guess finally my luck is on the good side. I'm in the casual server, and I'm up against casual decks. But now he's got unexpected die. Ugh. See, the bad part about it all is, yeah, forbidden droplet only works against the effect monsters, and these have no effects. What is this? Anti-human intelligence, Masaifa. That ain't no normie. Any card sent to the grave is banished instead, except for monsters. Well. Alright, so he's got 2 level 4s. And he's got whatever the hell that is. Defender of the Labyrinth. Non-effects you control gain 500 attack. Effect monsters lose 500 attack. This card in its owner's possession is destroyed. Target a non-effect in the GY. Okay. So essentially, he just gets out, 2-3k beat sticks. Alright. Well, luckily, my Forbidden Droplet will actually save me here. Because I can ditch, as much as I don't want to ditch Twin Twisters, I kind of have to. So I can be like, hello? Oh, I can't get rid of Twin. Okay, well, it is what it is. I have to negate this. Because he'll get to stop his attack, because that's how that works. But at the very least, I can stop Defender for a turn. And then next turn, I can use my Twin Twister, pop his back row, run over this. Ooh. Oh, that's a good card too, though. But I really need to get rid of his back row. Darn it. Dang it. I need to get rid of the back row. It just needs to die. What does this do again? Target a non-effect in the grave. Well, he doesn't have any of those in the grave. That's kind of the whole point of these being Pendulums. I'm sorry, my dude, but unfortunately for you, Bigfoot is too big. Now what I need is my gosh darn close force back, because I kind of wanted that. I got, how many beasts do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 monsters in the grave, so that's 700 points. My opponent, he's got stuff, but he didn't summon things with the same level. If he had, he would have some nice, like, pendulum, or not, I get my summons mixed up. Exceed. He could have exceeded if he'd just gone for the Dragon Hunter lady. It's possible that you might not. Oh, hey! It's the Desmian Devil! It's my Searcher! Yes, you see, if this guy beats a dude in battle, it doesn't matter if it goes to the extra deck or not. but I can search any level 4 lower beast from my deck. Like thousandneedles. Thousandneedles is gonna get the win here. One way or the other. Okay? I'm searching thousandneedles because that's what I'm going for. I'm just gonna go for thousandneedles. That's what we're trying to do. So unless he's got a means of making scales again, or has another unexpected die, that is also an option. We'll see. We'll see. Depends on what he gets. Flash Knight. The power of the pendulum flashes forth from the shining night. He's so shiny. Why is he so shiny? Is the armor shiny, or is it like an aspect of the night that is shiny? And it shines through the armor? I don't know. I don't know the answer to these questions, so I'm just asking the questions. Alright, well, unfortunately... Well, I'm still gonna do it. Thousandneedles, come forth. Thousandneedles, he's attacking. And I also have the Monarch Stormforth. This is just another tech for on occasion, 2,000needles, or, if I have a Momonga left over and I have 3,000needles, or Bigfoot, just helps me make those things. So, we're just gonna set that, and I could make other links and things, but that's like top of the moon play, going for links. Most of the time I'm just making exceeds every once in a while, but sometimes you can make yourself a nice link. Sometimes, maybe, depends how it goes. So, we'll see. I've got Danger Bigfoot, I've got thousandneedle. If I somehow top deck into 2,000needle, there you go. Okay, so he does have a scale. He's got the scale 7. The scale of 2. Alright. But he only gets 1. This ain't no Master Rule 3. 4. 3. This ain't Master Rule 3 where you can just summon everything. He'll get out the big one. Alright, that is a big boy. It's a big boy, little Billy. I don't know. Well, there goes my muskrat. I don't know. I guess this is supposed to be like a hedgehog. I don't think hedgehogs have faces like this, though, so I don't know really what thousandneedles is supposed to be. Is he like a hedgehog mixed with a badger or something? I mean, don't get me wrong, badgers are nasty critters. You do not want to mess with a badger. Especially if he had like 1,000 needles sticking out of him. That would not be fun. Never mind. Don't want to be petty and kill the wee boy. Aw, they're so kind. Well, good on you, Morgana, for sparing the wee boy. Thank you. So, there's a win. Again, we're somehow winning. I was not expecting the deck to do this well. I really wasn't. So, we're going to keep going. Maybe do 4 duels tonight. Maybe just do the 3. We'll see how it goes. Let's go for duel number 3 and see what happens. Alrighty, third opponent. I'd like to briefly bring up a little minor thing. You might notice, normally I wear very funny hats. Today's not one of them because I am casual and fun. I like the casual and the fun. I don't know if our Pendulum is casual or fun, but we'll give it a shot. No, this guy's trying to murder my soul. I mean, I do have Twin Twister, so I can, stop some of this, but we'll see how it goes. Dark Magicians and Odd Eyes? I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do anything about that, Jim. I don't know, man. And I've got the Fencing Fire Fair and the Rush Reckless, though. That's actually not terrible. Let me think about that. Okay. Twin Twisted. Ditch Fencing Fire Ferret. Get rid of those. I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the hat? Yeah, it's winter time. I am wearing my wintertime hat. You might notice it's also a Redskin hat. And yes, I'll continue to call them that. I thought I'd bring that up for no reason. Alright, let's go for the Ayers Rock Sunrise. Bringing back the Fencing Fire Ferret. Whoosh. Another nice, Ayers, Monster Born for us. Also, if I had any other beasts, it would weaken my opponent's monsters. It's pretty nice. We'll set, battle phase, beat into whatever this is. It's Dark Magicians and Odd Eyes, so... Mirage Dragon, I see. Interesting. Unfortunately, because of things... Let's see. Target a face-up monster. Yeah, unfortunate that was Eternal Soul. It's unfortunate because normally I'd be able to do something about his stuff. But unfortunately, because of how this works, his monsters become immune to things. I mean, I can stop any future things, but that's about it. Unfortunate indeed. I had one of my best removal options, the Super Rush Recklessly. Like I said, pop one of my dudes, bounce one of his deck back into the deck, spin it into the deck. It's targeted, but it's pretty nice. And then I guess, again, I get to just pop things. Okay. What I really need here is a level 4. I really need a level 4 of some variety, because then I can make Tornado Dragon. And Tornado Dragon would really mess this guy up. I mean, he's already used Eternal Soul, so can't do that again. So, yeah, I think Tornado Dragon is definitely the thing to go. Dang it, Momonga, you're not supposed to be in my hand. What did I say to you? Stop doing that. Alright, well, we'll go for Nimble Momonga. I mean, the guy who searches Nimble Momonga. Super Nimble Mega Hamster. Alright, so he will get out Dark Magicians, but that's fine. I don't really care too much. Yeah, he gets to summon one, and then summons a lower level one from the deck. Summons out this one, which I believe searches him another monster. Yes, it does. Add a Dark Magician from the deck. And he still has Eternal Soul, so he can summon another monster if he wants. Alright, so he has 2 Dark Magicians in the hand, and he's got this stuff. But I have a Tornado Dragon, which I packed specifically for stuff like this. That's right, my friend, I have Tornado Dragon. What say you to this? Without your big rock, you have no power. Yeah, Eternal Soul goes away. My opponent loses his stuff, and oh, I could have summoned Alpha. It's okay, I don't need to summon Alpha right now. Alpha will be here if I really need him. Alright, so we're pretty set here. So he's got the 2 Dark Magicians in the hand. His other 2 cards can be whatever he wants. More or less. We'll see how it goes. Dark Magic's inherited. There's a top deck for you. 2 spells from the grave. Add a spell trap that lists the Dark Magician in its text. Probably going to be Soul Servant, or potentially the Dark Magical Circle. Okay, so my opponent is going for the long game. Let's see here. Can I OT? Let's see. I don't quite have enough to win the duel here. But it'll be something cool. It will be something cool, you know? It's unfortunate we haven't gotten the Thousand Needles as much as I'd like, but I can show off some of the other things I can do. Like making the Ronin Raccoon Sundayu. Just straight up make Sundayu. He's a big boy. We'll use Sundayu's effect. Get myself a nice spiffy token that's just as powerful as my Tornado Dragon. And I can overlay off Sundayu to make double A Zeus. And that'll pretty much end this guy. That'll end my Dark Magician Odd Eyes opponent. Seriously, I'm not sure how I'm winning against Odd Eyes Dark Magician. I don't know if those two don't have as much synergy as this guy wanted, or that Twin Twister just really messed him up. I mean, I know Dark Magicians don't like it when you mess with their spell traps. I didn't know that Odd Eyes did the same. We'll see. We'll see indeed. All depends. The thing is right now, the only thing I worry about is I can't use my back to the front, really. Because he has the navigation in the grave. Alright, Dark Magic Circle. Look at the top 3. Add a Dart Magician or thing that lists the Dart Magician. Well, unfortunately for my opponent, I just had too much stuff to interrupt him. I had too much. No Mirror Force. Now there's a tech card. Alright, well, we can at least end this. I was really hoping to top deck in 1,000 Needles, but we end on Desmian Devil. Let's attack for game, and I don't know how I'm winning. I legit don't know how this deck's doing so well. I was not expecting it to do this well at all. Let's go for one more duel, just for the hell of it. Actually, no, actually, let's not. I'm not going to chance ruining the flow right now. So let's go for the end screen, and we'll talk more about the deck. Alrighty, 1,000 Needles, wee little beastie boy. Don't ask me how it got 3 wins. It might just because I was up against lots of casual opponents tonight. Might be other reasons, I don't know. Maybe this deck is so out there that it threw everyone off their game. I don't know. That my second opponent didn't even want to attack 1,000 Needles. That's how crazy that was. So, it got the wins. I don't think, like I said, if you take this into anything other than the most casual of servers, it's not going to do you much good. It's very excessively casual of a deck, but it works. It just requires your opponent not to try and, like, field nuke you or lock you down or play super competent decks, but it works. It does work. And hey, 1,000 Needles, he didn't do everything. You know, like I said, if you want to make a deck fully around him, it's very lockdowny. I didn't want to do that, but 1,000 Needles was there. The deck flows with him. It does what it wants to do, and I enjoyed it. It actually did good. It actually did good. So, I hope you guys at home enjoyed. Do check out Mr. Logs' original video on this, where he does a slightly different version of this. I got some, newer tech cards in here, but he has some other things too, so check him out as well. I mean, I'm sure most of you have seen the Duel Logs. But, thank you for watching. Next time on the channel, we're taking a look at Nurse Burn. So, don't forget to smash like and sub on this video to keep in touch with the show. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow with more Yu-Gi-Oh! Action. So until then, y'all take care.